Bhadram karneभिः शृणुयाम देवाः Bhadram पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः विषीमदेवहितै यदायुः Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May we hear with our ears what is auspicious. May we see with our eyes what is good. May we strong in limbs and body sing your praise and enjoy the life allotted to us by you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace be untold. This morning our subject is Stories of Vedanta Monks, Part 43. This is the stories of the monks of the Ramakrishna, second generation monks of the Ramakrishna order, who are the disciples of Holy Mother, Vivekananda, Brahmananda and the Jari disciples. Sri Ramakrishna is our origin. Then Sri Ramakrishna trained his disciples. And those disciples trained these monks. In spiritual life, training is very, very important. And tradition. Training and tradition. So these orders carries purest spiritual tradition of Sri Ramakrishna. And the motto, the goal, as Swamiji mentioned in Balloon March rule book, as well as in our monastic vows. Atmana mokshartham jagodhitaya cha. That is the goal. One should lead life for your own realization of God and doing good to humanity. It is easy to kill one bird by one arrow. But it is very difficult to kill two birds by one arrow. They are very intelligent people, those who kill both by one goal. Swamiji found that in India, millions of monks in Himalayan regions, and he noticed how they lead their lives. Austerity, study, and they are always striving, trying for their own realization. Swamiji wanted this tremendous force, power, energy are used only for their own realization. He wanted that some energy should be diverted to uplift the Indian society and the poor people. That is the reason he introduced Karma Yoga in our order. Selfishness is no good. Unselfishness is God. Selfishness is sin. So he diverted this energy of the monks, of the Ramakrishna order. Work and worship must go side by side. You try to realize God, and the whole time you cannot use for God realization. Very few people can stay 24 hours in a spiritual plane. So when you come to the lower plane, in the physical plane, intellectual plane, help people. Help people. Which is extremely important. Who feed the monks? You people. Monks do not earn money. So as you are feeding me, I must feed you. Give and take. This is the law. I am taking food from you, food, clothing, who pay? I do not earn money. You feed me, you clothe me. So in exchange, I must give something to you. Spirituality, wisdom. That is very, very important. As I always say, human beings live in three planes: physical plane, intellectual or mental plane, and spiritual plane. If all the time if you stay in a physical plane, you will be bored. You will be extremely materialist and extremely selfish. A selfish person is not happy. Day and night, if you think me, I and me, you will develop terrible problem. So from the physical plane, come to the intellectual plane, which is more lasting. Physical plane is very momentary, few seconds. Come to the intellectual plane, mental plane. There you will, that peace, bliss is more time. It lasts much longer. And highest is the spiritual plane. This is the way human life is set up. So, as monks cannot live all the time in the spiritual plane, when you come to our plane, give some service. Very beautifully designed by Swami Vivekananda. These lives of the monks in the our order. Work and worship in the beginning. Work as worship. Work is worship. How when work becomes worship? Your every action is worship. You are feeding the poor people, that is worship. You are giving education to the illiterate people, that is worship. You are lecturing, giving wisdom to the people, that is worship. Your every action will turn into worship. That Swamiji wanted. So these monks were trained by the Acharya disciples and they told us that I was going to tell you, that how they instructed us, go this way. Somebody went to Swami Shankarananda, who was my guru. Maharaj, please give us some advice. Advice? Read the Gospel of Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna gave all answers of all questions. If Ramakrishna's answer does not satisfy you, my answer will not satisfy you either. Then I asked, have you read Gospel of Ramakrishna? Well, yes. Read again. You see, truth can never be old. Truth is always new. So this is spirituality, spiritual tradition. It will be always exciting. I remember a couple of weeks ago I gave a lecture, spiritual excitement. We need excitement. Gospel of Ramakrishna. When you read the Bible, 4 persons recorded the Gospel Bible: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. So Gospel of Ramakrishna recorded by 5 people. First, it was recorded by Girish Chandra Sen, a Brahmo. Second, Suresh Chandra Datta. He collected 910 teachings of Ramakrishna. Third, Ramchandra Datta. Fourth, M, that you people read. Fifth, Swami Brahmananda. These 5 people recorded the Gospel of Ramakrishna. 2 of them have been translated into English. We are going to talk about Swami Madhavananda. He was a great monk. I remember when I joined, he was then the General Secretary in 1960. Then in 1962 he became Vice President, then President. He passed away in 1965. I still remember. Durga Puja was over, then next day was Ram Nam, Ekadashi. And I was meditating on the posta, on the embankment of the Ganges. There is some round. So I was seated there and meditating. It was evening. Then I saw that where the monks are cremated, it is very close. I saw they are removing the fence. Then I was thinking, why? Then I got up and came to know that Maharaj passed away. I remember I chanted the Vedas for him. Anyhow, great Swami. Deeply spiritual, extremely intellectual, superb. Great orator, great writer, master of the 4 languages. He came to America. When he joined, do you know what? He was a disciple of Holy Mother. Do you know what Holy Mother told about him? Hatir daat sona diye bandha. Hati means elephant. Elephant's tusk means ivory. Ivory is very expensive. Sona diye bandha, it is covered with gold. This man is very precious. He is deeply spiritual and extremely learned. What a beautiful expression Mother gave. Hatir daat sona diye bandha. Ivory is covered with gold. So we are going to talk about his conversation. Great monk. He was born in 1888, passed away in 1965. He joined the order, I think, 1910 or 11. And he told how he was trained by Sri Ramakrishna's disciples. He was sent to America, in San Francisco, as a head in 1927. He was in this country for 2 years, 27, 28. Then he was called back to India. They knew this is the person who will carry the most important position of the Ramakrishna Order, that is General Secretary. 35 years he was the General Secretary. You know, we worship character. Character, character, character. A spiritual life is nothing but building character. Flawless, ideal character. If we do not live with him, such renunciation, such purity, such love for the people, and vast erudition, and tremendous passion for truth. Anyhow, that was my introduction. Belur Math, Monday, 21st January 1963. It is from the Prachin Sadhudev Katha, Stories of the Vedanta Monks, Volume 2, page 324. Bhakti-path shows the path of devotion is very easy and it is suitable in this age. One should love God. If you develop love for Him, your spiritual life will be very easy. Very easy. Everything will be very favorable, convenient in your journey, if you can develop a little love. Now see, there are 4 yogas. If you want to practice karma yoga, do you know what you need if you want to practice? First of all, kamana tyag, you will have to give up desire. Second, aham tyag, you will have to give up ego. Third, follow tyag, you will have to give up the result of fruits of action. Not so easy. If you want to practice Raja Yoga, you need 4 qualifications. Sorry, Raja Yoga, no, Jnana Yoga, you need 4 qualifications. First, Adav Nitta Nitya Vastu Viveka. First you will have to learn how to discriminate between the real and the unreal. In this world, everything is unreal. Unreal means impermanent. God alone is real. Second, Iha Mutra Phala Bhoga Viraga. You will have to shun this worldly enjoyment and celestial enjoyments. Renunciation. Third, Samadhamadi Shatka Sampatti. Inner control. Control of the mind, control of the senses, samadhama. You will have to learn how to draw the mind from the sense object. Titiksha, forbearance, samadhan, self-settledness, and shraddha, faith. These 4 treasures you need to practice Jnana Yoga. Fourth, mumukshuttam, a burning desire for liberation. That you need. Not so easy. If you want to practice Raja Yoga, you will have to follow 8-fold path of Patanjali. Yama, inner control. Niyama, outer control. Yama, niyama, asana, posture, pratyahara, withdrawing the mind from the sense objects. Dharana, concentration. Then pranayama, controlling the breath. Dharana, concentration. Dhyana, meditation. Samadhi, absorption. These are the 8 things you will have to practice if you want to practice Raja Yoga. Bhakti Yoga, easy. You love something. You cannot find any human being who does not love anything. It is natural. If you do not love anybody, at least you love yourself. So, you love your family, just give a little love to God. How can I give love to God? The person you love, you think of that person all the time. You carry that person in your heart. So if you carry God in your heart, do you know what will happen? Nityutsava bhavet tesham nitya shri nitya mangalam yesham hridista bhagavan mangalayatanam hari. Nityutsava. You will enjoy festivity all the time. Utsav. Nityutsava bhavet tesham. Nitya shri. Shri means beauty, wealth will come to you. Mangalam, all auspicious, all good things will come to you. Yesham hridisto mangalayatanam, in whose heart God dwells. The moment God dwells in your heart, all these things will be favorable in your life. How to carry God in your heart? The person you love, you want to give your everything to that person. That is very natural. If a mother gets a nice sweet, somebody gives to her, she does not like to eat herself. She brings for her child. My child will like it. You know, that is natural. How to divert love to God. One day, our Balaram was asking Sri Ramakrishna, Sir, why can you not see God? Why cannot see God? Sri Ramakrishna said, do you love God as you love your wife and children? No, sir. That is the reason you do not see God. I remember a Sufi story. A Sufi saint was asking his son, little boy was asking, Father, do you love me? Yes. Do you love God? Yes. How can it be? Then your love for God is not genuine. Your love is divided. Our loves are divided, diversified to various things. One of our devotees was telling me in California, his wife was telling me, Swami, my husband loves his boat more than he loves me. Love. I think I read some on the Christian theology. God is a very jealous person. Do you know why? He wants full love, not partial love. Very jealous. Husband wants his full love from his wife. Wife also wants full love from her husband. Just see, if you read human psychology, you will understand. But our loves are diversified. Very interesting. I have a book, 192 definitions of love, Dictionary of Thoughts. Each person saw love from different angles. Bivinna namulo Bhagavan ekjani. God might have many names, but really God is one. Some call him father, some call him mother. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, a pond has many ghats. And from different ghats, people are taking water. Some say it is water, some say it is pani, some say it is aqua, some say it is whatever in their language they say. But actually they are drinking the same thing. Different names according to the language. Aqua, pani, jal, water. But same thing. I remember when I was interviewed in KMX TV station here in 1980s. The man who interviewed me asked me, Swami, is Hindu God, Christian God, Muslim God, Jewish God, are gods different? I answered, when the sun rises, can you say it is a Hindu sun, Christian sun, Jewish sun? Can you go and put a stamp on the sun? Swami, I got my answer, let us go in front of the camera. God is one, many names. Sri Ramakrishna's religion is very universal. He told the Brahmas, Najamuro bad diye nao. I told you what is the truth, and you take as much as you can. When you take the fish, you cut the head and the tail, and you take the essential part. So my teachings, you take the essential part, which suit you. I sometimes say, all teachings of Ramakrishna are not for me. All teachings of Ramakrishna are not for you either. He will have to teach various kinds of people. Take that part which suits you. Don't try to swallow all teachings of Ramakrishna. You will be confused. Some teachings are for the monastics. Some people are for the householders. Ishtakatha mane ache priyo. Ishta means chosen deity, chosen ideal. When we are initiated, Guru says, this is your chosen ideal. Focus your mind on this chosen deity. He is Shakaler Priyotamo. He is the dearest of all. In Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, there is a mantra. Tadetat priya priyo putrat priyo vittat priyo sarvasmat priyo shreyo anyat sarvasmat antarataram yadayam atma. He is dearer than your son, dearer than your wealth, dearer than everything. That dearest one is your antaratama atma, your enjoying self, atman. That is the dearest. Say again, priyo, priyo. You are my very dear to me. Priyo. That is our chosen ideal, our beloved. That he was telling. So call him. He is your beloved. Call him with sincere heart, wholeheartedly. Somebody asked him, Maharaj, go and call on the Divine Mother, Holy Mother. The mother, will she listen? Well, she is not a stepmother. Swami answered, she is a real mother. A real mother listens. Have faith in your mantra. Name and the mantra and the name and the nami, the person, are identical. God, out of mercy, gave all power in that mantra. As a seed of a banyan tree has tremendous power, potential to have a big banyan tree. It came from a tiny seed. See the power? You know, it is really difficult to understand that infinite God takes a human form. It is hard to comprehend. Avatar, Sri Ramakrishna, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Ramakrishna. They are infinite God. Came in this human form. Tremendous power. So, the Guru gave that seed, that mantra in your heart. Give water to that seed. That means devotion. Remove the weeds from your little plant. That is discrimination. And if you want to realize God quickly, have passion, sincerity, longing, hunger, yearning. That is the only thing needful in spiritual life. We are not hungry. You need patience. Putting the seed in the ground, if you lift every day, that plant will not grow. Never disbelieve your mantra. Swami was telling, this bij mantra shatto, purikhita shatto. This mantra is true and it is experimented. And it has been found it is true. You see, these people are realized soul. They experience it and then they are telling us it will work. Archai, let me tell you the power of this sound of the mantra. If I tell you, oh, you are so beautiful, you are so healthy, you are so nice, immediately your face will be elated. If I say you are ugly, you are stupid, you are no good, immediately you will say your face will be gloomy. See the power of the words. It is all power of the words. Shabder Shukti. When I read in history, when the French army was marching, Napoleon, the army says, there is the Alps. There will be no Alps. Cross the Alps. Power. They cross the Alps. Shukti, power. When we read Swamiji's books, so much power in his words. Shabder Shukti. Some people, words are very positive, some negative. Some are very pessimistic, some are optimistic. There are two kinds of people in this world. Always be optimistic, always be positive. That is the reason he says, Archai Atma Vishwas. You need self-confidence. I can do it. You should have faith in yourself. Never debase yourself. Never lose your self-esteem. Never be depressed. Have faith in your Guru. Have faith in the scriptures. Then, by His grace, you will experience it. It may take a long time, but do not worry. Hold on. Somebody asked Swami Vivekananda, Swami Sharadananda, why did Swamiji speak so much about Vedanta, Vedanta, Vedanta? Especially if you read his lectures from Colombo to Almora, you will find he roused India through the lectures on Vedanta. Do you know why? Because Indian people lost their self-confidence. They are brainwashed by the Western education. Everything English, European, best. Indian, no good. Brainwashed. Swamiji wants to bring back that faith in the minds of the Indian people. Arise, awake, and just stop not till the goal is reached. That Swamiji taught. Self-confidence. I can do it. Oh, I am no good. Oh, I am Swamiji says, I am a sinner. Swamiji says, if you say I am a sinner, it will not help you at all. Vedanta does not believe in sin. Atman, there is no sin in the Atman. And in the Atman there is infinite power. I can do it. I can do it. This confidence comes from the self, from the Atman. That he was talking about. Atma Vishwas. Some people I see, very depressed, very depressed. I also sometimes, when I see could not find a decision, I get disappointed, but momentarily. I remember a funny story. One brahmachari went to Swami Chetanananda and says, Swami, I have a little problem. Problem? Go to the mother. Then after a few days, American brahmachari went to Swami Chetanananda. He was mother's disciple in Portland. But Swami, I have a little problem. I am depressed. Depressed? Get used to it. He was so funny. Get used to it. Depressed. Belgian Mart, Friday, 25th January 1963. ঠাকুর এবার কল্পতরু হয়ে এসেছিলেন. Master came in this age as a kalpataru, wish-fulfilling tree. Whatever you ask, he will give to you. Matar Ditya Murti, Holy Mother, his second form. Don't you see how much austerity this 2% practiced and left all their spiritual treasures for us? All spiritual wealth of Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother are for us. We are their children. If your father and mother die, who gets the wealth? You. You got their wealth. So Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother, they are our parents. So their wealth come to us. What is their wealth? Not money. Love, bhakti, knowledge, shraddha, vishwas. They are all spiritual treasures. There are 28 spiritual treasures. If you read in the, what is called, it is the Daivasura Sampatti Yoga, in the 16th chapter, the divine qualities and demonical qualities. There are 26 or 28 spiritual treasures. Well, if I have those treasures, what will happen? You will be rich. If you have money, you are rich. So if you have all these spiritual treasures, you will be rich. Well, you might just have a Cadillac. Though we do not see Sri Ramakrishna's physical form, but he still exists in subtle form. Swamiji himself mentioned it. Still, some people get his vision. In Belur Math rule book, Swamiji said that Sri Ramakrishna still is in subtle body. until he takes his next incarnation, he will still exist in his subtle body, and you will help. Quick response you will get from that Thakur. That's what Swamiji said. Equanimity in darshan then. Even now many people get. I remember I think it was in 1958, Swami Shankaranandaji, in the monks' conference, major remark. Echono keu Thakure Radesh paয় এই সঙ্গে. In this order, still time to time some monks get command from the master. He told about himself. Still there are some people. এখনো তিনি দর্শন দেন. He is talking about himself. He must have these things. তাহলে আমরা তার দর্শন পাচ্ছি না কেন? Then why shall we are not seeing him? আমরা তৈরি নই বলে, because we are not ready. We are not ready. I remember when I was in Hollywood, I think I gave a lecture. Uncle, if you want to see God, believe, oh yes, Swami. Uncle, suppose you are in bed and Lord Jesus appeared before you. Do you know what will happen? You will dial 911. Oof! Oh my goodness, you will be scared to death. Lord, you stay in the picture on the wall, that is a good place for you, do not come near me. I used to tease Hollywood people. You stay. Some cannot hold it, that vision. Rida, Sri Ramakrishna's nephew, was asking, Uncle, please bless me so that I may see God. One day he had a vision and he started to shout, oh Ramakrishna, you and myself both are the same. Let us go and visit country to country and preach God. Sri Ramakrishna says, why are you shouting? Sri Ramakrishna says, Mother, make this rascal dull. Mother, make the rascal dull. Sri Ramakrishna touched his chest and made him dull. Okay. Uncle, you took away my vision. I see so many things every day. I do not shout. The way you are shouting, the temple guards will come. That is the reason I made you dull again. We are not ready. I sometimes say, do you know how it works? A daily exercise, japam and meditation morning and evening, will give you strength. Slowly, 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 habit will form. And then habit will form your character. Then you will get the vision. Look at Alexei, a Russian weightlifter. 600 koto, 585 pounds weightlifter. Boom! Could he do it in one day? No. Years lifting. They increased the weight 10 pounds 1 week, 10 pounds next week. In this way they increase the weight. First day 565, no way. Practice. Swami Brahmananda says, spiritual life, struggle, and practice. আমরা তৈরি নই, we are not ready. He is always ready to bestow grace to us. But we are not ready to take his grace. I remember a funny story. Listen. Narada was very disturbed because he saw the suffering of humanity. He went to Vishnu in heaven and said, Lord, I cannot bear the suffering of the people. Why don't you bring them to heaven? Vishnu said, do you think people want to come to heaven? Well, of course, they do. Narada, I am giving you 3 days time. I shall keep the gate of heaven open. You go and bring people. Go. Narada came to the earth. First he found an old man in the park. Hello, you are very old, walking with a stick. You have many physical problems. Do you like to go to heaven? Well, of course I like to go to heaven. Old age is no good, full of aches and pain, and I have so many physical problems. Narada said, why don't you come with me? Right now I shall take you to heaven. The old man said, well, my granddaughter is going to going to be married in the next couple of weeks. After attending that marriage, I shall go. Oh no, within 3 days you are supposed to come. So he did not go. Then he found a young man depressed in the park, seated on a bench. Hello, do you like to go to heaven? I see you are very depressed. Well, yes, I newly married. My wife has gone to see her folk. I feel terribly lonely. Oof, very painful. Do you like to go to heaven? Well, 3 days, the gate of the heaven will be open for everybody. So he said, no, my wife will be back. I shall wait. He could not go. Then he found a little boy on the street. Hey, do you like to go to heaven? The little boy said, yes, I like to go to heaven. Can my mom come also? Well, yes. He ran inside and called the mom. Mom, a holy man has come to take us to heaven. Let us go. Mom came and said, you have come to kidnap my son? Get out from this place. I shall call the police. Narada ran away. He could not get a single man to go to heaven. We are not ready. We are not ready. Kripa. He mentioned that, magnets. God is the magnet. Ramakrishna is the magnet. He is attracting us. But our minds are full of desires and doubts. If the needle is covered with mud, the powerful magnet cannot attract the needle. It must be clean, then it will come. So our mind needed to be clean. That is called preparation. তিনি আমাদের 3 কথা বলেছেন. Master said, if you can connect these 3 attractions, you will definitely see God. সতীর পতির উপর টান. A faithful, chaste wife's love for her husband. কৃপণের ধনের উপর টান. A miserly person's attraction for the money, wealth. মায়ের সন্তানের উপর টান. Mother's attraction for the baby. If you can connect these 3 attractions, you will definitely see God. Sri Ramakrishna said. Attraction. We are attracted by so many things. Attracts. Some people's house attracts, some people's book attracts, attraction for wife, attraction for husband, attraction for children, family, friends. Attraction. We are all attracted with love force. Swamiji says love is a triangle. The first angle of the love triangle is love knows no fear. Where there is fear, there cannot be love. No way. Sometimes you can see a movie, somebody will put a revolver on your chest. Do you love me? Oh, yes, 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 I love you. These are all show. Love me. Love knows no bargain. Love cannot be bought. I shall give you $1 million. Will you love me? It does not go that way. It comes from within the heart. Genuine love, pure love. And love for love's sake. I love you for the sake of love, without any expectation, without any motivation. That is genuine love. In this worldly plane, only there is one place you can find genuine love. Mother's love for the child. That is the purest, unselfish love we can think of in the worldly plane. Mother and the child. Sri Ramakrishna said, Jodu Malik, hey Jodu, you have so much money, still you are hankering after money? Jodu says, young priest, you have love for your mother. So I have love for your mother's wealth. What is wrong? Then Sri Ramakrishna says, Jodu, if you think it is mother's wealth, then it is all right. Don't think that is your wealth. You are the custodian of your wealth. The wealth belongs to the mother. Then you are all right. Do you know what that means? That means don't take ownership. Everything belongs to God. I remember in Hollywood I gave a lecture on that. Then everything belongs to God. You are all, if you came alone, you will go alone, nothing will go with you. I gave a fiery lecture. Then one actor, I still remember, he came after the lecture, he was a very close friend to me. They were saying, Swami, I am following what you said. Uncle, what are you following? My everything, my house belongs to Bank of America, my car belongs to Bank of America, my body belongs to Blue Shield, Blue Cross. Swami, I have nothing. All mortgaged, you see. Funny. সমুদ্রে স্নান করা শক্ত. It is very difficult to bathe in the ocean. অনেক ঢেপ কাটিয়ে দিব্যি স্নান করতে পারে. অনেকে after manipulating many waves you can go and dive into the ocean. তেমনি সংসারে শত বাধাবিঘ্ন সত্ত্বেও তাকে দর্শন করতে পারা যায়. Similarly, in this family life or in the life in this world, there are so many obstacles, so many problems. But just adjust, manipulate in this way, just dive more, a little time. Even 15 minutes, you close the door and say, trespassers will be prosecuted. I'm going to my shrine, world, goodbye. Don't enter here. You will get some peace. That is extremely important in your spiritual life. Doesn't? On the Purnar Mandir, there is a saying, Jai Chati Haring Smortum Vaparantar Gatairupi Samudre Shantagallole Sratum Ichati Durmati, which is a very beautiful verse. Swami Turiyananda used to say, if you think when all the waves of the ocean will subside, I shall take bath, you will never get bath in your life. Never. You will have to jump into the wavy ocean. That is the way it works. So if you think all problems will be solved, and when I shall retire, I shall try to realize God, forget it. Forget it. It doesn't work that way. অন্নপূর্ণার মন্দিরে কেউ অভক্তি থাকে না। In Benares there is saying, in Benares there is a Vishwanath and Annapurna, Shiva and Shakti. In Annapurna is the goddess of food. Nobody will remain fast, will be unfazed in Annapurna's temple. Everybody will get some food. But some gets food at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Some tak pata zarur padegi. Before evening, everybody will be fed. If you are lucky, you will get the food when you are hungry, in the very beginning. Otherwise, till evening, you will have to wait. Food will be supplied, will be delivered. So what we need? Agraho or Byakulata. We need enthusiasm and longing. These are the two important things are in a spiritual life. Thus we can reach God. Up to this today, let me pray. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva bandhusya sakha tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Thou art my mother, thou art my father, thou art my friend, thou art my companion, thou art my wealth, thou art my learning, thou art my all in all, O Lord. Om Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace be unto all.